In the lush rainforests of Borneo and Sumatra lives a great ape known as the orangutan. They are known to use tools, have a unique personality, and live very complex lives. But there's one thing that sets them apart from all other animals in their ecosystem, and that is their intelligence. This has earned them the nickname the thinkers of the forest. So why are they called that? What makes these apes so smart? And what kind of things do they think about? We will answer these questions and more in today's episode. Hello and welcome to Animal Logic, a production by myself and my team. If you love animals and you love learning about them, then make sure to stay tuned for more videos like this one. Orangutans are the only great ape native to the island of Borneo. The name orangutan comes from the Malay language and roughly translates to person of the forest. In some cultures, they are even referred to as wise men of the woods or forest philosophers. However, it's not just locals who refer to them with such titles. Even scientists call them the thinkers of the forest. But what exactly does that mean? Well, the term thinker of the forest is a nickname given to orangutans because of their intelligence. Orangutans are among the most intelligent animals on our planet. In fact, they are second only to humans when it comes to intelligence within the animal kingdom. Orangutans can use tools, solve complex problems, and display self-awareness. All of these characteristics have made them one of the most fascinating species on our planet. Orangutans have the second largest brain of any primate after humans. It weighs around 400 to 500 grams, which is twice the size of a chimpanzee's brain. Some scientists believe that the reason orangutans are so intelligent is because they need to be in order to survive. Orangutans have to be smart in order to navigate through the forest canopy, find food, and avoid predators. As a result, they have evolved to be one of the most intelligent species in the world. One of the things that makes orangutans so smart is their problem-solving abilities. Orangutans are able to use tools to help them get food. For example, they will use sticks to extract termites from a termite mound or leaves to collect rainwater. They are also able to figure out how to open boxes to get food inside, even if the boxes are very complicated. Their ability to learn and remember things is also very impressive. Orangutans can remember the location of food sources for many years, which helps them to find food when times are tough. They can also remember human faces and associate them with certain things, such as food or danger. This allows them to be very cautious around humans and also know when we might be trying to trick them. Another thing that makes orangutans so smart is their ability to communicate. Orangutans use a variety of vocalizations to communicate with each other. They can use long calls to communicate over long distances or short calls to communicate over short distances. They can also use gestures to communicate. For example, they may point to something with their finger or use facial expressions to communicate. Orangutan communication is very complex and has been compared to the language abilities of a 2-year-old human child. Scientists are still trying to figure out exactly how orangutans communicate with each other. But they know that their ability to communicate is one of the reasons why they are so successful. But there is much more to their intelligence than that. To start off, let's look at their memory. An experiment was conducted to see how well orangutans could remember the location of food. The orangutans were given food in different locations, and then they were tested to see if they could remember where the food was. The results showed that the orangutans were able to remember the location of the food for many years. This shows that they have an excellent spatial memory, which is important for finding food in the wild. Next, let's look at their ability to use tools. Orangutans have been observed using sticks to extract termites from termite mounds. They also use leaves to collect rainwater and long blades of grass to clean themselves. In one study, orangutans were given boxes with food inside, and they had to figure out how to open the boxes to get the food. Some of the boxes were very complicated and had multiple layers, but the orangutans were still able to figure out how to open them. It shows that orangutans have a high level of cognitive ability that allows them to understand cause and effect relationships and to plan ahead. Another experiment showed that orangutans are capable of understanding abstract concepts. Researchers taught a group of orangutans names of different shapes, and then they tested them to see if they could identify those shapes. The orangutans were able to learn the names of the shapes and then identify them even when they were presented with new examples. This shows that orangutans have the ability to understand abstract concepts, which is a sign of high intelligence. However, perhaps the most impressive thing about orangutan intelligence is their ability to learn human language. Orangutans are thought to be among the most linguistically gifted animals. In one study, an orangutan named Chantik learned over 300 words of American Sign Language. He was also able to understand spoken English and could answer questions by signing the correct word. While Chantic is an exceptional case, other orangutans have also shown an aptitude for language learning. This shows that orangutans have a high level of cognitive ability and that they are capable of understanding and using human language. But although orangutans are known as the thinkers of the forest, they don't spend all their time thinking. Sure, they are intelligent creatures, but they are also very playful. One of the best things about orangutans is that they are very curious and inquisitive animals. They're always exploring their surroundings and trying to figure out how things work. This makes them very fun to watch, but it also makes them very intelligent. For example, orangutans have been known to play with balls and other objects. They also like to explore new areas and investigate strange objects. In one case, an orangutan was given a mirror, and he spent hours looking at himself in it. He was so fascinated by the mirror that he would try to touch his own reflection and make funny faces at himself. This is an example of an orangutan using its intelligence to explore the world around it. So while orangutans are known as the thinkers of the forest, they don't spend all their time thinking. They are also very playful creatures who like to have fun. What's interesting is that orangutans use their intelligence to deal with conflict, too. Like other apes, they have to deal with conflict both with each other and with members of their group. However, they usually prefer to avoid conflict and will often try to diffuse a situation before it becomes physical. If an orangutan feels that a fight is about to break out, they will often try to break it up. They will either step between the two fighting parties or throw things to distract the fighters. In some cases, orangutans have even been known to use tools to defend themselves. Despite their intelligence, orangutans are currently endangered. This is mainly due to habitat loss, as their natural habitat is being destroyed by humans. This is causing the orangutan population to decline, and if nothing is done, they may go extinct in the future. If you want to help orangutans, there are a few things you can do. First, you can donate to organizations that are working to protect orangutans and their habitat. You can also educate yourself and others about orangutans and the threats they face. Finally, you can support sustainable palm oil production. Palm oil is a major driver of habitat loss in orangutan territory. By supporting sustainable palm oil production, you can help ensure that orangutans have the habitat they need to survive. Orangutans are truly amazing creatures. They are some of the most intelligent animals on our planet, and they use their intelligence to think, to learn, to communicate, and to have fun. Although they are currently endangered, there is hope for their future, if we all do our part to help them. So what can you do to help orangutans? Well, first, you can donate to organizations that are working to protect orangutans and their habitat. You can also educate yourself and others about orangutans and the threats they face. Finally, you can support sustainable palm oil production. Palm oil is a major driver of habitat loss in orangutan territory. By supporting sustainable palm oil production, you can help ensure that orangutans have the habitat they need to survive. And that's it for this episode. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe for more videos like this one. Also, leave a comment down below about what you think of orangutans. That's all from me. Thanks for watching.